In this video, we are going to show you a crazy Mass PEKKA Attack at Town Hall 10. This is actually a strategy that I have seen used against this type of base a number of times. So if you want to have a bit of fun, use 8 Pekkas within an army composition. Be sure to stick around, but before that, we are going to show you the top 3 Town Hall 10 ground attacks right now in 2019. Let's get into it. Alrighty guys, let's dive straight into this. At number 3 for Town Hall 10 in terms of ground attacks, we have the Mass Bowlers. Now this can be a combination depending on the base. As you can see, we merge a couple of Pekkas into this army. We will explain why, but basically it's because of the multi-infernos here. You can merge it in with witches if there's single target infernos, any kind of combination, but the bowlers have long been one of the best strategies at Town Hall 10, 11 and 12, obviously after you unlock the bowlers. If you are new to my channel, be sure to subscribe for all of my Clash of Clans videos and turn on the notification bell so that you can see the videos as soon as they go live. Now in this first attack, we are using a queen charge. Again, if you can keep clear of air defense to keep your healers at a distance and not have to worry about a single target inferno, you can use the queen not only to set up a funnel. As you see, we took out all of these buildings. It then means when you come into the base, you have the healers as a bit of backup as well. So the enemy clan castle troops are going to go down at this point, and the wall wrecker is a must if you are wanting to get through the base with the bowlers. If you do not have siege machines, you would easily adapt this strategy by making sure you had jump spells to get through the base. If your bowlers get caught in the middle, then they will go down quick. Notice how much damage they took to the giant bomb there. That is where, if you have a number of splash damage defenses, you might want to consider a heal spell in the center of the base. However, the Pekkas are a good alternative that you can put in there, especially if you're using a lot of rage spells. That's going to mean that they have high damage. They can do a lot of tanking for the bowlers as well, and basically if you have multi-infernos, which are very much the rage right now at the base design, it's trying to defend the drag bat, you can then use the Pekkas to your advantage. Notice the back end jump spell here as well. Again, with the bowlers and the Pekkas for that matter, you cannot get caught in the base itself. The defenses will do a lot of damage and start to take you out. Let's move on up to the number 2 attack strategy. Now you can see that all of these attacks are by crunch time, and if you are interested in joining us or any clans within the UK War Alliance, you can join my Discord server. It's down in the description of this video. And guys, a lot of you always ask, show me this Town Hall 10 attack. Head on over to my playlist after this video. On my homepage, I have playlists of each Town Hall level. You can select your level in order to see which attack strategies work well right now. On to the number 2 attack strategy though. For ground, it has to be the miners. Now you guys can probably guess what the number 1 is going to be, but the miners are often overlooked at Town Hall 10, but they are very, very powerful. The main thing you have to do is funnel them through the base. Tighten up that base so that the miners can get through a lot easier. And on this one, you can see that we are able to come into the top of the base. We take down the enemy clan castle troops. We take down one of them inferno towers, but not only that, we basically take out the top section of the base here so that the miners don't even have to go there. Now, it is a dragon within the CC. You've heard me talking about the miners previously, and if there is a lava hound, often a lava loon in there, it's very easy to take out for the miners. You don't even have to take the lava hound out, you just need to poison the balloon. Anything else though, pull it to the side. One of the methods you can see here is the baby dragon poison. So you're just putting one poison spell in with a baby dragon and just sprinkling in barbarians or archers in order to keep them troops distracted so that your baby dragon can do work. After that, we're using the heroes in order to take out a little bit of a section of the base here and trying to push the miners straight through the defenses themselves. You can see that they actually split up a little bit and move on up to the top. So we actually have two sets of miners. Now again, it's not a bad thing. You want to have a good group moving through the base. You don't want them too tightly compact because they can then start to be inefficient. Basically, they pop up, and if you have 35 miners swinging at one building, they're going to take it down very quick. You're not going to have good DPS, i.e. you're not going to be taking down all of the buildings quick enough, and you're going to time fail. So you actually need a little bit of a spread of the miners, but you want to try and control them through the base, if that makes sense. You want to try and ensure that the outside buildings are taken out as best as possible. Now you can see that on this one, the king is doing a pretty good job tanking here, but we use the heal spells in order to keep the miners alive through them areas where there was a lot of damage. Typically, right the way around the center, in the middle of the base here, we've actually got the clan castle, the gold storages. It purely is high HP buildings. Now in an ideal world, you want to try and avoid these in the center of the base. The miners can take a little bit longer to get through, but essentially they're still taking damage. So the pathing on this one could have been slightly better, but the base identification was perfect, able to take it down very nicely for that lovely 10v10 attack. Now what about the best attack strategy for ground at Town Hall 10? Before we move on to that amazing 8 PEKKA strategy, you're going to want to use it, guys. It's against a very popular base design, but the number one strategy is the Hog Riders. Now I'm going to show you two different versions of using this, but there's actually a number of them. At the end of the video, I will link a Hog Rider Town Hall 10 video going into a bit more depth with this. So we have the funnel being set at the top of the base here and the bottom of the base, or the bottom where we are trying to come in from. Essentially, that is going to be done with a couple of golems and wizards, but what is nice about that is the golems will continue to tank for your kill squad as they come through. So they press right the way in here, and one of the things we've taken out, as you can see, is the clan castle. The other thing is the enemy queen. They are two key aspects that you want to try and get down for any Hog Rider attack. So the enemy CC is down, the enemy queen is down, and obviously I've mentioned this before, a lot of people overlook the king, but the king can take down Hog Riders with them being ground troops. So if you can, try and get that king down as well, guys, and any splash damage you can get is a bonus. Now look at the amount of defenses we've taken out. We've basically taken this entire section out, meaning that the Hog Riders can path around the base here. We don't have to worry about their pathing. We know exactly where they are going to go, and that is a major factor with the hogs. So Joel here, who is actually going to do that amazing PEKKA attack as well at the end. I've seen it a couple of times and I love to see all of the Pekkas blasting through the base, but very nice here, that heavy kill squad able to take out a lot of the key defenses which were devastating, or would have been devastating, to the hogs, allowing this general pack to just come around, take out the defenses, one sneaky giant bomb at the end, but it's not enough. Again, it doesn't matter how much damage is done to the Hog Riders, as long as they get down them defenses and as long as they survive. Do take note of them corner buildings. They can sneak up on you and essentially ensure that you get the 99%. Do make sure that you are thinking about them corner buildings as well, or any buildings that are on the inside of the base, because the Hog Riders are going to target defenses. So we'll show you one more version of the Hog Rider attack, because this is definitely noteworthy of showing you. It's very powerful if you can do a couple of key things, and this is it. If you can take out the queen, the king and the CC with just suicide blimp or slammer and suicide heroes. So look at this. A lot of the time you want to try the slammer. Now the reason for the stone slammer is actually it took out a number of defenses here as well, didn't it? The blimp wouldn't do that. It would just come through. So if you can use the slammer, that is a bonus. But essentially, all we did there is use Valkyries to take out the queen. That was the sole purpose. Down at the bottom here, the sole purpose is the king and the CC. So if you need to put a Hog Rider or anything else in to lure that clan castle, do it. The heroes down here, anything else they get now now as a bonus. They've taken out the king, they've taken out the CC, so that is essentially everything done. Yes, if you can get any defenses, like I said, it's a bonus for the Hog Riders, but here they come. Jackadunga, you've seen do this a number of times, and on these select bases where you can come in, you can take the queen, the king, and the CC, just with suicide heroes and a suicide clan castle method. You then have your entire army, all troop space and all spell space for the Hog Riders, and if you have that many hogs and 5 heal spells, as long as you can sprinkle them in so that you can get the pathing through the base, you're gonna wreck it, guys. You're gonna absolutely destroy this base. He has Hog Riders all over the place. You just have to worry about cleanup. So the Hog Riders are going to be able to finish off the defenses and get back into the middle here. But the point I was making in that last one at the end was, look at all of these buildings on the middle of the base, the non-defenses. That means something has to get in to take them out. And the wizards on the outside are very good, but they're not going to get into the inside very quickly. So do consider that. Either you need to have enough hogs in order to get that done, maybe save a Hog Rider or 2 in order to send in at the end. Alternatively, you can send minions, some people take a miner, whatever. You can see you might be able to snipe some of them off with wizards, but for example the clan castle, we need troops that can get over the wall to take that out, so do consider those trash buildings on the inside. Now that's the top 3 attack strategies right now for ground, but what about that PEKKA attack? It doesn't quite make it into the top 3 because it's very selective and it's very cool. This is the base design you might have seen, and this is exactly what you want to do to trash it with Pekkas. The idea here is you're sending a good amount of Pekkas down and around on either side. You can see we actually send 3 Pekkas down. A couple of them are going to redirect, but essentially you want a good group. You want all of this taken out on either side. Now it's not just taking out the buildings, it's also distracting these defenses that are just outside or just inside the base, should we say, and then you're pressing a wall wrecker straight through the middle. Once you've set that funnel with the Pekkas, your king, queen, and another couple of Pekkas come straight down the middle, and that is where you use all of your spells. Now this is the part that you have to be careful with in terms of the clan castle troops. You will probably have a lot of splash damage in this area in terms of multi-infernos, bomb towers, wizard towers. You'll have the queen and the clan castle, so make sure you are considering that area, whether it's a freeze spell, whether it's a heal spell. You might see the base changed slightly, but bowlers in your clan castle are what's going to help you through this. The bowlers get tremendous bounce value once they get down to the bottom of the base here, and essentially they've made it all the way through. There's just these little defenses on the outside, and with so many troops it's not going to be an issue. So you're using a few Pekkas on the outside. They also help to tank for your main troops coming through. There's no way that you're not going to get that funnel set up because the Pekkas are so strong. They're going to wipe out them buildings very quickly. Then you press your main army through the middle. Again, just note the different base designs, but you probably won't need a jump spell. You want to take the other spells in order to help you get this done, but do consider it. It all depends, but this type of design, as you can see, is definitely one that I've seen taken down with the Pekkas a number of times. So if you see it, the pressure's off within war, you might want to give it a shot, because I'm pretty confident that you will be able to get this done as well. But don't take it as a guaranteed 3-star, guys, but let me know, have you seen this before? It's Mass Pekkas, it's awesome. I always like to see the troops that aren't used too often used within the game. But that is going to wrap it up for this one. Again, if you want to check out any of the other Town Hall 10 attacks, head on over to my homepage and the playlist is there. And we also have that Hog Rider video right there. Go ahead and watch that one now. But until next time, peace out.